Hi everyone! Today we're diving into a serious and potentially explosive issue. China's new megadam on the Brahmaputra, aka Yarlung Tsangpo, could give Beijing the power to control, restrict, or even weaponize water supply to India. From suspicions of water warfare to environmental and geopolitical implications, we explore everything in this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon if you want more in-depth geopolitical breakdowns. Imagine if one country could stop the flow of a river that feeds millions. That's not a sci-fi scenario, this is happening now. Let's unravel the facts. The Himalayan water war, a brewing crisis. High in the icy wings of the Himalayas, where the mighty Yarlung Tsangpo carves a serpentine path through deep gorges and sacred valleys, China is quietly preparing a colossal feat of engineering. Beneath the radar of most of the world, plans are underway to construct what could become the largest hydroelectric project in history, 3 times the size of the already monumental Three Gorges Dam. Satellite images and leaked reports hint at 2 massive dams rising in the Grand Canyon of the Himalayas upstream from India, on a river that becomes the lifeline of millions once it crosses the border and transforms into the Brahmaputra. To Beijing, it's a symbol of ambition and control, $137 billion worth of it. But to New Delhi, this is no mere energy project, it's a geopolitical lever. India sees in these concrete giants a looming shadow. Control of the headwaters of the Brahmaputra gives China a strategic upper hand. The fear isn't just drought or water scarcity, it's the weaponization of water. A sudden release of dam waters could cause flash floods downstream, or worse, in times of tension. A throttling of the flow could leave vast swaths of northeastern India parched. Indian lawmakers have already issued stark warnings. This is no longer just about power generation. This is about national security, and it's not just about geopolitics. The Himalayas, one of the youngest and most fragile mountain ranges on Earth, tremble at the slightest provocation. Chinese scientists themselves have cautioned that such massive infrastructure in a seismically volatile zone could unleash ecological catastrophe. Earthquakes, landslides, and flash floods already frequent in the region could become apocalyptic. Local communities, including many indigenous tribes, are left staring at an uncertain future as their lands, livelihoods, and cultural heritage hang in the balance. India, for its part, is not staying silent. In a bold countermove, is advancing plans for its own megadam on the Siang River, a major tributary of the Brahmaputra in Arunachal Pradesh. The message is clear: if China builds a dam, so will India. Yet, this strategy is far from universally supported. Tribal leaders, environmentalists, and archaeologists have raised serious objections. The proposed dam site is home to unique ecosystems and culturally significant sites, but Indian officials are pushing forward, framing the project as a defensive measure, a necessary act to save the river from China. Caught in the middle of this hydro-hegemony are millions downstream. In Bangladesh, where the Brahmaputra pours its final breath into the Bay of Bengal, concerns are mounting. A manipulated water flow could trigger either devastating floods or crippling droughts, depending on the political climate upstream. With no say in the decisions being made in Beijing or New Delhi, Dhaka finds itself an anxious observer in a game it cannot afford to lose. The crisis reached a boiling point recently. On June 3, 2025, Assam's chief minister publicly dismissed concerns raised by Pakistan and China, calling them fear tactics. He assured the public of India's readiness, but beneath that calm assurance lies an undercurrent of anxiety. The Himalayas are no longer just a roof of the world. They are becoming a battleground of dams, diplomacy, and danger. And in this high-stakes game, the next flood may not be natural, it might be geopolitical. A clearer path to peace, managing the Brahmaputra together. As China pushes ahead with massive dam projects on the Yarlung Tsangpo, tensions rise across the region. But alongside rising concrete, there is also hope, driven not by machines, but by diplomacy and cooperation. Many experts believe that shared rivers like the Brahmaputra should unite, not divide countries. That's where hydrodiplomacy comes in, a simple but powerful idea focused on working together rather than competing over water. Even though China and India don't have a formal treaty over the Brahmaputra, they can still build a cooperative framework. Something similar to the Indus Waters Treaty between India and Pakistan could help both sides feel secure. With agreements on how water is shared, exchanged, and managed, it becomes easier to avoid misunderstandings or miscalculations. Trust is key, and that starts with open, honest communication. One major step would be to create a joint scientific monitoring system. A satellite-linked center based in Tibet could track important data like snowmelt, reservoir levels, rainfall, and seismic activity. If this information is shared in real time with India and Bangladesh, it would provide early warnings for floods or droughts. Instead of fearing that China could weaponize water, downstream communities would be prepared and protected. Transparency will replace suspicion. Another essential piece is conducting regional environmental and social impact assessments, ESIAs. These studies shouldn't be done by one country alone. Instead, scientists from China, India, Bangladesh, and international agencies should work together. They could study how dams affect local ecosystems, wildlife, and communities. Is it safe to build huge dams in earthquake-prone areas? Will the dams change river flow in ways that hurt farms and fisheries? These are questions that require a shared scientific approach. To prevent sudden water releases or droughts caused by upstream decisions, both countries should agree on conflict prevention protocols. For example, no sudden dam discharges during monsoon season, annual meetings, joint training drills for floods, and agreed-upon rules during dry spells can go a long way in building trust. These aren't massive treaties, but they are smart, practical steps that build peace, piece by piece. Crucially, civil society must be included in these discussions. People who live by the river, tribal communities, farmers, environmental groups understand the Brahmaputra deeply. Their voices matter. By including them, governments can make better, more inclusive decisions that protect both people and nature. International organizations, such as the UN's water conventions, can help bring countries together, offer legal guidance, and provide platforms for neutral discussion. In the end, the river doesn't stop at borders. It flows freely, giving life to millions in China, India, and Bangladesh. This shared lifeline can either bring peace or conflict. But if all sides choose cooperation over confrontation, then the mighty Brahmaputra can become a bridge, not a barrier. Water or war, the choice that will shape Asia's future. This isn't just about a dam. China's mega project on the Yarlung Tsangpo is a geopolitical fault line, a test of whether water will be a source of conflict or cooperation. From potential weaponization of river flow to environmental disasters and regional distrust, the stakes are sky high. And while India's counter-dam strategy shows strength, it also threatens to escalate the ecological and diplomatic crisis. But here's the truth. Conflict is not the only option. The solution lies in bold, forward-looking steps, hydro-diplomacy, joint monitoring, transparent data sharing, and enforceable environmental safeguards. With over 1 billion people depending on the Brahmaputra's flow, the future of South Asia hangs in the balance. Water is power, but it should never become a weapon. What do you think? Should India take a tougher stand or push for cooperation? Can China be convinced to share its waters fairly? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. This conversation needs your voice. Like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into the geopolitics shaping our world. Until next time, stay bold, stay curious, and most importantly, stay informed.